First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Detroit Lions. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Set, ready, 10-2 stop. 22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Check three. Leo. Turn up. Kill. Get it.
And to give this time to the tailback. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Ready.
Looking to throw on second down. Daniels into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. The intended receiver there, Allen. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
On first and 10, Thorne. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Zadarius Smith. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Back. Check out.
Second and long. And he hits his target, Deshaun Hamilton. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on third downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was hoping for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away. But they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
Well, it doesn't take any great analysis. No jokes, partner, okay? All right, on this one. But we just know that we're going to see this as the game moves forward. There's going to be 2 guys on him on just about every snap.
It's kind of a dare to throw his way, but they have to keep throwing his way.
The benefits could be great. You throw it to a great receiver, he could come down with it anyway.
Looking to throw. Daniels. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the offense will cover this one up, but they'll be pushed back inside their own 10.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, Thorne. He's got this complete to Hamilton. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now they'll run on the draw. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They had great starting position to begin the drive, and now they look up at a 3rd and 5. This is the tight end Fant. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down.
18 Gator.
On 1st down, it's Chandler. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed a big hit for a loss. To throw on 2nd down, Thorne. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he'll go down at the 28. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On third down, Thorne. He's got his tight end fan. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 13-yard line.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5.
218, chop it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's second and a yard from the 34. Now a handoff here to his running back. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Here's a second and 7. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down.
That's another Detroit Lions first down. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. Back to throw. Daniels. Now they go screen. It's complete. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a second and 13.
Down. 8, read.
Switch up, switch up.
Now.
Second and 13. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And all the way down to the 9. It's a big play there for the Lions. And even 40 yards. The Lions into the red zone for the first time. They're looking at a first and goal from about the 9. Looking to throw. Daniels. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Keenan Allen, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Austin Seibert on for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Back to throw. Thorne. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A good pickup there, a 22.
Come on, set. 18, Gator.
Right there. Let's go, defense. Out of top. Let's out.
Go. Check.
They'll run on first down. Chandler. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Hey, lock it.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Thorne. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line.
Go ahead, take a seat. You can't stop me.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Looking to throw. Thorne. The open man is Smith. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 28.
24-yard gain on the play. First down, Denver.
30 base. Check. Rock it.
Throwing on first down. Thorne. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer.
Check 99. Check 52. Slam. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. He completes this to Sutton, and he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Shoot.
Operating from the gun. Thorne eluding the pressure right. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos.
That's my boy.
Cortland Sutton, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is
in a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Allen, the intended receiver.
On the double. 47, Mike, 47. Here we go. Jump, look at me. Go. Ready?
On first down, Thorne got a man that's complete to Hamilton. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Hey, alert 3.
2nd and 1. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a give right side. It's Chandler. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
From the gun on 3rd down. Thorne. And that's caught by Smith. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
Go. Shoot.
On first down, Chandler. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Check, 47.
You gonna get this, boy? Hey, Sam off. You think you gonna get this? Hey, lock it.
Under 10. He's checking.
Go.
To throw on 2nd down, Thorne. That one into the hands of Hamilton. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. The penalty moves them into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Thorne. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again. Thorne. Over the middle, complete. That's Chandler. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Call it a pickup of 7, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Matt Gay set to kick off.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready up.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And off his back foot, he'll heave this one deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Oh, I nearly broke that one. As it stands, though, a heck of a 36-yard run back. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creep.
They'll run it now out of the gun. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
2nd and 3. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20. And finally, wrestled down at the 11. That one, a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
To throw on third down, Thorne escaping the pressure, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
Hey.
Motion, reset.
General West, hit it.
On first and 10, Daniels. Wide open receiver, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down. Throwing on first down, Daniels. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Bradley Chubb able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. Back to throw. Daniels. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Mike, 44.
Hey, Delta.
Watch his flat. Fofo's the Mike. Mike's Fofo. Come.
Go.
We want it. Come to my way.
Ready?
From the gun, Daniels. Incomplete. He had his hands on it, but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Detroit. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. It's taken to the 26. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10.
Ready.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Chandler, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Hey, Echo, 8 read.
You better break. I'm letting you know right now, you better break.
Look at me, zipper.
Mike, 20.
Hey, Sam off.
Operating from the gun, Thorne. And he finds Hamilton. That's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That's good for 28 yards.
First down, Denver.
Set. 18 Gator.
Got to do better. Come on, QB, come on.
Hey, lock it.
Shift. Shift. Hey, switch gears, switch gears. Shift, shift.
Nice.
Now it's Freeman. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Zadarius Smith able to get him down. Looking to throw on second down. Thorne. He's going to air one out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Thorne. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first.
18 Gator. Rock it.
You gonna see me?
They'll run on first down. Chandler, and he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough. So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15.
Ready? Look at me. Door.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Chandler. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17, following the 2 negative plays. Back to throw. Thorne. And able to find Deshaun Hamilton complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Chandler. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right, you look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. On 3rd down, Chandler. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. And Gay knocks this one through, and that will make this now a 19-point advantage. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Emmanuel Agba. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
70, Indy.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Looking to throw. Daniels. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off inside the 10. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Denver, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they dropped just their second game so far as they fall to 5-2. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time. Okay, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is in uptown Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd to match up between the Chicago Bears and the Carolina Panthers.
Ready. 15 line. 15 line.
Quarterback D-line. Get that quarterback D-line. D-line, get that quarterback. Shoot.
Check 43. He's coming.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Go.
On second down, it's Jones. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. Two runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. From the gun, Charles. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Set, 8, read.
Number 53, Mike 50.
Hey, Sam off.
Not today.
Take four. Shift.
Hey, lock it. Let's go now.
Now Jones. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And he's got the hook up to Moore.
On the ready.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Back to throw. Charles. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he gets this one down to the 24. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 24-yard line.
Come on, set. 18 game.
Watch the curl.
They go back to the ground with Jones. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Watch QB draw.
2nd and 9 now. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Panthers take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Come on, set. This work. Mike is 59. Hey, defense.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just get
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. Third down, here's Haskins. And he's going to go down again.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
And this will be taken at the 13. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say, when you're running the big-time races. Means they got out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Give him 15 there. The Panthers have a first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Mike 53. Check.
Looking to throw. Charles, and he fires one incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Tight end right.
Throwing again. Charles. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16. This quarterback now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. This is Jones. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 14.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Got it.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Panthers 7, Bears nothing.
Here we go. Mississippi Orr. Hey, Orbit.
Let's go.
Get it.
On first down, Charles. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. And it is caught at the 7-yard line. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. The reception good for 7. It's third down. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Hey, zoom.
Back to throw. Charles, and it's caught. The tight end Hill. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Josh Hill, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Badgley on for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 7 yards there and a first down.
His pass complete to Damian Roughly. A gain of 7. And the Bears.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
59. Hey, pick your game up.
Throwing now, Haskins on 1st down. Man open, that's Kiki QT complete. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Yeah, he's going to get this deep on a Carolina side of the field. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. 44 yards. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Haskins. Got an open man, it's Ratley. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. Second down, Haskins. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. This one complete to Jordan Reed. Now the ball comes loose, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And they try to sweep to Jones. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20.
Exit. Watch out.
Five.
Operating from the gun. Charles. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. The Panthers on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 6. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Ready.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Jones. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Not even a chance to pitch that one as he's swallowed up in the backfield. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
Watch the shit.
A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. He rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
Looking to throw. Charles. And he's got his man on the out route.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Go out. Get it.
Now a draw play. This is Jones. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 13 yards, first down, Panthers.
Recon, 152 fighter. Squeeze. Ready.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 13 yards, first down, Panthers.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Ready, 18, Gator.
It's our time. It's our time.
Now a first down carry by Jones. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
We ain't giving up nothing today.
2nd and 4. to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Let's go. Hey, wahoo!
From the gun, Charles. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way, a dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Come on, let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing to start the drive. Charles. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. A 33-yarder from the left hash. Badgley able to knock this one through. So a late turnover leads to a quick drive, and in turn that quick drive leads to 3 points.
So someone makes a mistake, but how about the other side learning from that mistake, taking care of the ball, and making sure they put some points on the board? Well done.
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And they're able to to get this one across the 35. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. On second down and 4, Haskins. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
Check 59. Mike is 57.
On second and 7, Haskins. And this one complete to Reed. And down inside the 15 he goes.
Here we go.
A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Here's Jacobs on first and 10. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense, to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish? Holding that to a minimal gain.
Throwing on second and 8. Haskins flush to it, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
On third down, Haskins. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. And they're going to drop him well shy of the first as he can only make it to the 11. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a fourth down.
It's now fourth down.
On fourth down, Matt Nagy willing to settle for 3. And this one is right through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need them to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And, Charles, you'd have to think this is where you want to start taking some time off the clock.
Oh, definitely, because you got the lead, right? You take a good look up there and you say, okay, what do we need to do here? Well, you're not in full-out protect mode. You want to make sure you run it, throw it safe, take some time off, and eat it up.
Brings up second and 1 at the 35-yard line.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with second and a yard. Again, it's Jones. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Second and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
Bravo.
Back to throw. Charles taking a shot for Samuel. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now this throw caught left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 18. It's a Carolina first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to his own blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
On 1st and 10, Charles. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore. And now it's 2nd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Let him know. Hey, exit.
Operating from the gun. Charles under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
And this one is right down Broadway. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
And now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. And that one results in 35 yards. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now Haskins on first down. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
To throw on third down. Haskins forced out to his left. Well, he's going to go for it all. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. Second down and goal. Haskins. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Paul Richardson. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bears cut into that lead. Point after here coming up. It's up, it's true as they get back in it a bit here. It's now 23-10. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've been pretty anemic on this side of the football in the second half, just 3 points, and you just saw the touchdown go the other way, so it's a 2-score game. We're not done here yet.
I think everyone's on the edge of their seats now because they're anticipating what's coming, and I sense that everyone in the stadium knows they need to keep it on the ground. So if you're going to do that, hope the quarterback is stretched a little bit. Some bootlegs, right? Some fakes inside, getting out to the perimeter. Those might be open for him.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. 2nd and 13. That's going to be caught by Samuel. 30, 20, touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel, 78 yards. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Here's Haskins again. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15. Haskins now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now it's Haskins, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10 now. Haskins going up top. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth-quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that will bump the lead up to 26. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded at the 2. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Silver.
Back to the air, Haskins after the pick six. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. Haskins now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From just shy of midfield, Haskins. There he goes right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. On second down now, it's Jacobs. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now they'll look to Haskins to throw it. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
I got you, boy.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Here we go. Check. Check it back.
They'll try and throw forward with Haskins. Got an open man. It's QT. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
First down.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Haskins to throw him. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Dante Jackson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll go again to Jones. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Carolina, they use the favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.